My friend, today we stand on the edge of greatness. Not just any greatness, but the kind that is built on faith, resilience, and unwavering purpose. The kind that shapes women into leaders, warriors, and inspirations to the world. A successful woman understands that faith is the foundation of her journey. She does not allow fear to dictate her decisions, nor does she let uncertainty paralyze her progress. Instead, she chooses to walk by faith, believing that every step she takes is guided by a greater purpose. Faith is not just a feeling, it is a commitment to trust, even when the path ahead is unclear. She knows that fear will always whisper doubts in her ear, telling her she is not strong enough, not smart enough, not capable enough. But she silences those doubts with faith, reminding herself that she was created for something greater than fear. There will be moments in life when challenges arise, and the temptation to retreat seems overwhelming. A successful woman does not ignore the reality of difficulty, but she refuses to let it define her. She stands firm, knowing that every obstacle is an opportunity for growth. She does not crumble under pressure. Instead, she rises above it with a heart full of courage. Faith does not mean the absence of fear. It means choosing to move forward despite. It is understanding that courage is not about never being afraid, but about refusing to let fear win. In her journey, she has faced disappointments, setbacks, and moments of deep uncertainty. Perhaps there were times when she questioned whether she was on the right path, whether she had made the right choices. But in those moments, she leaned on faith. She understood that success is not always immediate and that some victories require patience. She chose to trust that every delay was not a denial, but a part of a divine plan that was unfolding in its perfect time. She held on to hope, knowing that her breakthrough would come at the right moment. She has also learned that faith is not passive. It is not simply sitting back and waiting for things to happen. Faith requires action. A successful woman does not just believe in her dreams, she works toward them with determination. She takes steps forward even when she cannot see the full picture. She does not need all the answers before she moves. She trusts that clarity will come as she walks. She embraces the unknown with confidence, knowing that each step she takes in faith brings her closer to her purpose. Her faith is her strength, and it is evident in the way she carries herself. She speaks with conviction, knowing that her words have power. She does not allow negativity to take root in her mind or heart. Instead, she surrounds herself with positive influences, people who encourage her to keep going. She knows that the company she keeps can either strengthen her faith or weaken it, so she chooses wisely. She feeds her spirit with words of wisdom, inspiration, and truth, ensuring that her mindset remains focused on the possibilities rather than the limitations. When she faces challenges, she does not allow them to shake her foundation. Instead, she uses them as stepping stones to something greater. She understands that adversity is a part of every success story, and she embraces it with grace. She refuses to let fear of failure hold her back, because she knows that failure is not the end, but a lesson that moves her closer to her destiny. She is not defined by her mistakes, but by how she rises from them. A successful woman walks in faith because she knows that her journey is not just about personal achievement, but about fulfilling a greater purpose. She understands that her success is not just for herself, but for those who will be inspired by her perseverance. She knows that her story will encourage others to believe in themselves and to pursue their dreams with confidence. She stands as a testament to the power of faith over fear, showing the world that true success begins with believing in something greater than what the eyes can see. A successful woman understands that her character is more valuable than any achievement, title, or recognition she may receive. She knows that success without integrity is empty, and she refuses to compromise her values for temporary gain. Her reputation may be built by the opinions of others, but her character is forged in the decisions she makes when no one is watching. She chooses honesty over convenience, truth over deception, and righteousness over shortcuts. She understands that true success is not just about reaching the top, but about how she gets there. In a world that often rewards quick wins and encourages cutting corners, she stands firm in her principles. She does not allow the pressures of society to dictate her actions. Instead, she leads with authenticity, knowing that the foundation of lasting success is built on trust. She understands that people may forget her words, but they will never forget the way she treated them. She strives to be someone who is not only admired for her accomplishments, but respected for her integrity. This unwavering commitment to character is what sets her apart. She does not bend to the temptation of dishonesty, even when it seems like the easier path. She does not engage in gossip, deceit, or manipulation to get ahead. Instead, she remains true to herself and to the values she holds dear. She knows that character is tested in difficult moments, when the choice between right and wrong is not always convenient. But she does not waver. She chooses what is right, even when it is hard, even when it costs her something. At the same time, she does not see success as a solo journey. She understands that true success is not just about personal achievements, but about lifting others along the way. She believes that the greatest leaders are those who empower others. She does not see other women as competition, but as allies in a shared mission to create a better world. She encourages, mentors, and supports those around her, knowing that success is most meaningful when it is shared. She is not threatened by the accomplishments of others because she understands that another woman's success does not diminish her own. Instead of tearing others down, she builds them up. She celebrates their victories and offers a helping hand when they struggle. She knows that true leadership is not about standing alone at the top, but about bringing others along with her. She sees strength in collaboration and understands that when women support each other, they all rise. Her willingness to lift others is rooted in her confidence and security in her own journey. She does not need to prove her worth by outshining others. She knows that her value is not determined by comparison, but by the impact she makes. She takes joy in seeing others succeed because she understands that success is not a limited resource. There is enough room for everyone to thrive. In every interaction, she strives to be a source of encouragement. She offers words of wisdom to those just beginning their journey. She extends a helping hand to those facing obstacles. She creates opportunities for others to grow and succeed. She knows that by lifting others, she strengthens not only them, but also herself. She understands that a legacy is not built on personal achievements alone, but on the lives she touches along the way. Her character and her generosity define her success. She knows that true greatness is found not just in personal accomplishments, but in the difference she makes in the world. She walks with integrity, leads with purpose, and lifts others as she rises. And in doing so, she leaves a lasting impact that goes far beyond titles, awards, or recognition. A successful woman walks in faith, knowing that fear has no power over her destiny. She understands that life will present challenges, uncertainties, and obstacles, but she refuses to let fear dictate her choices. She embraces the unknown with confidence, believing that each step she takes, no matter how uncertain, is part of a greater purpose. She does not wait for perfect conditions to act. Instead, she moves forward with faith, knowing that clarity comes with action. She does not let the voices of doubt, whether from within or from others, hold her back. Instead, she silences them with the truth that she was created for something greater. She understands that fear will always be present, but she chooses to trust that her journey is unfolding exactly as it should. Her faith is not passive, it fuels her actions. She does not simply wish for success, she works for it. She understands that faith without effort is empty, so she remains committed to the path ahead even when it gets tough. She takes steps toward her goals, trusting that the right doors will open at the right time. She believes that setbacks are not failures, but lessons that refine her character and strengthen her resolve. She knows that the journey to success is rarely easy, but she walks with confidence, knowing that every challenge she faces is shaping her into the woman she is meant to be. This unwavering commitment to faith goes hand in hand with her integrity. She understands that success without character is meaningless. She refuses to take shortcuts, compromise her values, or sacrifice her principles for temporary gains. She is honest in her dealings, truthful in her words, and genuine in her actions. She does not build her success on manipulation or deceit, but on a foundation of trust and righteousness. She knows that real success is not about how much she achieves, but about how she achieves it. Even when no one is watching, she chooses to do what is right. She understands that character is tested in private moments, in decisions made behind closed doors. She does not seek approval from the world, but remains steadfast in her values. Her reputation may open doors, but it is her character that keeps them open. She is not easily swayed by the opinions of others because she knows that true integrity means standing firm, even when it is inconvenient. She does not allow temporary setbacks to shake her foundation because she knows that lasting success is built on a strong moral compass. Beyond her personal journey, she understands that true success is not just about her own achievements, but about the impact she makes on others. She is not content with reaching the top alone. She lifts others as she rises. She believes in the power of mentorship, encouragement, and community. She does not see other women as competition, but as sisters on a shared mission to succeed. She celebrates the accomplishments of others without envy, knowing that there is enough success for everyone. She takes joy in helping others grow, offering guidance, wisdom, and support to those who follow in her footsteps. She knows that lifting others is not a sign of weakness, but of strength. She does not feel threatened by the success of others because she is secure in her own path. She offers opportunities, shares knowledge, and empowers those around her. She understands that true leadership is about service, and she leads with humility, knowing that the measure of her success is not just in what she gains, but in what she gives. Her faith, integrity, and generosity define her success. She walks boldly, stays true to her values, and lifts others along the way. She does not fear the future because she knows that her journey is guided by purpose, and as she rises, she leaves a lasting impact that extends far beyond personal achievement, an impact that transforms lives and inspires generations to come. A successful woman walks in faith, understanding that fear is not her master. She does not allow uncertainty to paralyze her or doubt to shake her foundation. Instead, she moves forward with confidence, trusting that each step she takes, even in the face of adversity, is leading her toward her purpose. She knows that fear will always try to creep in, whispering reasons why she should quit, but she refuses to listen. She understands that true courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward despite it. Her faith is the anchor that keeps her steady through the storms of life, reminding her that even when the path is unclear, she is never alone. Her faith is not passive, it fuels her action. She does not merely hope for success, she works for it. She understands that faith and effort go hand in hand. She does not wait for the perfect moment to start. She begins where she is, knowing that clarity comes with movement. She embraces challenges as opportunities to grow, seeing obstacles not as barriers, but as stepping stones to something greater. She does not view failure as the end, but as a lesson that refines her and strengthens her resolve. Every setback is simply a setup for a greater comeback, and she presses on with unwavering determination. While faith guides her, integrity defines her. She understands that true success is not just about reaching a goal, but about the values she upholds along the way. She refuses to compromise her character for temporary gain. She does not engage in dishonesty, manipulation, or shortcuts, even when they seem like the easier path. She remains true to herself and her principles, knowing that integrity is the foundation upon which lasting success is built. She does what is right, not for recognition, but because it is who she is. She understands that character is tested in the quiet moments when no one is watching, and she chooses to be honorable in both the big and small things. Her integrity makes her a person of trust and respect. People know that her word is reliable and her actions are sincere. She does not seek approval from the world, but remains steadfast in her values. She knows that while talent and ambition may open doors, it is character that keeps them open. She does not waver in the face of temptation, and she does not allow pressure to push her into decisions that go against her principles. She stands firm, knowing that success without integrity is empty and fleeting. Even as she pursues her own success, she understands that her journey is not just about her. She believes that true success is not measured solely by personal achievements, but by the lives she touches along the way. She is not content to rise alone. She lifts others as she climbs. She encourages, mentors, and empowers those around her. knowing that her purpose is not just to succeed, but to help others succeed as well. She understands that the greatest leaders are not those who stand above others, but those who bring others up with them. She does not see other women as competition, but as allies. She celebrates their victories and supports them in their struggles. She understands that success is not a limited resource. There is enough for everyone. She builds bridges instead of walls, knowing that a strong community of empowered women can accomplish far more together than apart. She believes in the power of collaboration, and she actively seeks opportunities to uplift and inspire others. In addition to lifting others, she practices discipline, understanding that dreams without discipline remain unfulfilled. She does not rely on mere motivation, which can fade, but on habits that keep her moving forward. She wakes up with purpose, plans with intention, and works with diligence. She knows that success does not come from wishful thinking, but from consistent effort. She stays focused on her goals, eliminating distractions that do not align with her vision. Even when progress is slow, she remains committed, knowing that persistence is the key to long-term success. Her faith, integrity, generosity, and discipline define her. She walks boldly, stays true to her values, uplifts others, and remains committed to her purpose. She does not fear the future because she knows that she is equipped to handle whatever comes her way. As she continues on her path, she leaves a legacy not just of personal success, but of inspiration, impact, and transformation for generations to come. A successful woman walks in faith, never allowing fear to dictate her journey. She understands that fear will always try to creep in, whispering doubts and insecurities, but she refuses to let it control her. Instead, she trusts in the process, knowing that even when she cannot see the full picture, she is being guided toward her purpose. She embraces challenges with confidence, understanding that every obstacle is an opportunity for growth. She does not wait for certainty before taking action. She moves forward despite the unknown. Her faith is not just belief, it is the driving force behind her courage, resilience, and determination. Her faith is what keeps her going when the path is difficult. She does not rely on external validation or easy victories to keep her motivated. Instead, she finds strength in knowing that every step she takes has meaning. She does not let setbacks define her. She lets them refine her. She chooses to see failures not as defeats, but as lessons that shape her into a stronger, wiser, and more capable woman. No matter how many times she stumbles, she always gets back up, knowing that persistence is key to achieving anything worthwhile. But faith alone is not enough. She knows that integrity is just as important. She refuses to compromise her values for temporary success. She understands that character is the foundation of true and lasting achievement. Even when faced with tempting shortcuts, she remains committed to honesty and righteousness. She does not take the easy way out if it means sacrificing her principles. She stands firm in her beliefs, knowing that success without integrity is hollow and short-lived. Her unwavering commitment to character makes her a person of trust and respect. People know that when she speaks, her words carry weight. She does not manipulate, deceive, or step on others to get ahead. Instead, she builds her success with honesty and hard work. She knows that doing the right thing is not always the easiest choice, but it is always the best one. She understands that reputations may be built on perception, but character is built on truth. Even as she works toward her own goals, she understands that true success is not just about personal achievement. She believes in the power of lifting others as she climbs. She does not see others as competition, but as fellow travelers on the journey to success. She offers encouragement, mentorship, and support to those around her, knowing that a rising tide lifts all boats. She understands that greatness is not about standing above others, but about bringing others with her. She finds joy in celebrating the success of others. She does not let envy or jealousy take root in her heart because she knows that there is room for everyone to succeed. She believes in collaboration over competition and uses her influence to open doors for others. She shares knowledge, opportunities, and wisdom freely because she understands that the true mark of success is not just personal achievement, but the impact she has on those around her. To ensure that she continues moving forward, she embraces discipline as a way of life. She knows that dreams without discipline remain just dreams. She does not wait for motivation to strike. She relies on consistency and dedication. She wakes up with purpose, plans with intention, and works with diligence. She eliminates distractions and stays focused on what truly matters. She understands that success does not come from occasional effort, but from daily commitment to her goals. Through faith, integrity, generosity, and discipline, she builds a life of lasting impact. She does not fear the future because she knows she is prepared for whatever comes her way. She remains steadfast, focused, and determined, knowing that her success is not just about what she accomplishes, but about the lives she touches along the way. She is more than just successful. She is a leader, a trailblazer, and an inspiration for generations to come. A successful woman walks in faith, knowing that fear has no place in her journey. She understands that uncertainty and doubt will always be present, but she refuses to let them dictate her action. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment, she steps forward with courage, trusting that every challenge is an opportunity for growth. She does not let fear hold her back from pursuing her dreams, for she knows that true success comes to those who dare to believe in the unseen and trust in the process. She understands that setbacks are not failures, but stepping stones that shape her into the woman she is meant to be. Her faith fuels her resilience. When obstacles arise, she does not crumble under pressure. She rises above it with unwavering determination. She embraces adversity, knowing that trials are temporary, but the lessons they bring are lasting. She does not allow fear of failure to paralyze her, because she knows that every great success story is built on persistence. No matter how many times she stumbles, she gets back up, stronger and wiser than before. Her faith is not just a belief. It is the driving force behind her courage, endurance, and ability to keep moving forward even when the road is tough. But faith alone is not enough. She is a woman of integrity. She refuses to sacrifice her values for temporary gain. She knows that success without character is empty, and she chooses honesty, truth, and righteousness in everything she does. She does not take shortcuts or engage in deceitful practices just to get ahead. Even when no one is watching, she upholds her principles because she understands that true character is revealed in private moments. She builds trust through her consistency and sincerity, making her a woman who is respected and admired, not just for her achievements, but for the way she carries herself. Her integrity makes her a beacon of trust. People know that when she gives her word, she follows through. She does not manipulate or deceive. Instead, she builds relationships based on honesty and fairness. She understands that a solid foundation is built on truth, and she remains steadfast in her values, even when the world pressures her to compromise. She does not allow the opinions of others to sway her from doing what is right, for she knows that real success is built on a foundation of integrity, not shortcut. Even as she pursues her own dreams, she understands that true success is not just about personal achievement. She believes in the power of lifting others as she climbs. She does not see other women as competition, but as allies in a shared journey. She offers encouragement, mentorship, and support to those around her, knowing that her success is amplified when she helps others succeed. She does not hoard knowledge or opportunities. Instead, she shares them freely, knowing that empowering others creates a ripple effect of greatness. She also recognizes that success requires discipline. She does not rely on fleeting motivation, but cultivates daily habits that move her closer to her goals. She wakes up with purpose, plans with intention, and takes consistent action. She eliminates distractions that do not serve her vision and remains focused on her priority. She understands that great achievements do not come from occasional effort, but from unwavering commitment. She values time, using it wisely to invest in her dreams and aspirations. Above all, she leads with kindness. She treats people with respect, compassion, and humility, knowing that the true measure of success is not just what she accomplishes, but how she impacts the lives of others. She does not let power or recognition change her heart. Instead, she remains grounded, understanding that greatness is not about standing above others, but about walking alongside them. Through faith, integrity, generosity, discipline, and kindness, she builds a life of true significance. She does not fear the future because she knows she is prepared for whatever comes her way. She moves forward with confidence, inspiring those around her to do the same. She is more than just successful. She is a leader, a change maker, and a light for generations to come.